Welcome to the most heretical stream on the internet. I give you Wooly1169.
Hello everyone, welcome to the stream and welcome back for Captain of Industry. Last time we were here, we got our fast breeder reactor up and breeding, but we have more to do on that, of course, as we get the third one up and running after we shut down the old nuclear power plant. And we also have some other factories that we still need to build. But first, speaking of first, Jonathan is here. Thank you for claiming first. And Glass Deviant is over here on the YouTubes as well. Let's switch into the game. Welcome in, everybody. So we have this running, and a hydrate from Glass Deviant over here on the Twitch. Alright, so we have two of these plants running at full tilt. They are running at 4x power, but at 1x enrichment, so they can sustain themselves. You always switch over so you can get hats. We are presently making all of this that we can, all the spent mocks that we can, into blanket fuel. We are making all of the 10 tickles hat. All of the enriched uranium we can into core fuel, and all of the blanket fuel and enriched blanket fuel and depleted uranium into blanket fuel. So we are hopefully processing everything fully. Let's turn to the tent. I just noticed, though, as I was starting, that there's a problem in the settlement, so we need to go take a look at that, and then we should be able to go to the old nuclear plant and get that straightened out as well. Alright, so over here in the settlement, we have at the moment a dearth of household goods. We did have at the moment a dearth of household goods, and that's because we need 102.1 of them. And we're only making, where's it at? Over here. 3 times 32. So we're a little short on that production. So let's copy this and smack that down right there. And I'm just going to have them come and build it truck style here. But we are a little short on those. While we're yakking about this, let's take a look at everything else. Everything else looks to be pretty full. Full. I'm not going to look at all the numbers, but I'm just going to look at the fullness here. And a couple of other places to watch for fullness is the space factory here, just to make sure we have enough stuff to keep our space station alive, since that's working out our some of our science points incoming. And I also like to check on the cookery here, just to make sure these all look full. Bread doesn't look very happy. Let's take a look at that. I could have just gotten drawn down on. Well, maybe, but maybe not. So let's take a look at the balance of bread. And tofu looks alright. So bread, we are making 24. And the settlement is consuming... Not there. Here. The settlement is consuming 11. So this should be fine. Should be fine. Might just have loaded 2 trains or something in the last few minutes, and so it's low. If we have a problem with it, we'll just have to resolve it. No big deal. So the old nuclear power plant. Well, the old nuclear power plant. What I think I want to do here is I want to shut off acid to start with to all but, or to 2 of each of these things. That. What that'll do is that will use the acid that's in the machines and then shut them off. The yellow cake that's coming through here can be replaced, but the acid can't be. So I'm just going to do that to shut them off, and that'll be fine. Same thing on this side. You and you. And that'll keep them from getting more. Looks like we might need to turn on some emptying of these pretty soon, but this will alert me when it happens, so we'll wait until then. I did build another row of them over here for the emptying of this. And we are also doing a pretty bang-up job of cleaning out these guys too, as you can see. So, because there were 7 times 3 plus 2, although they weren't all full, but most of them would have been pretty full. And now there are, well, half of that? Less? No. 7 times 3 plus 2 is 23. We have 12 less, or about half. Yeah, about half. It's gone already. One thing I noticed while I was doing this, these all have the number 1 stamped on them because they're 1%. These all have the number 4 stamped on them because they're 4%. And these all over here have the number 20 stamped on them because they're 20%. Clever. Oh, I forgot a step. The flat connector right here. There we go. Proceed. Sorry about that. Alright, so that should step up that production. Hopefully. And then let's go back to our nuclear plant. So once we can shut this one completely down, then we'll spin up the third breeder reactor. But for now, this will be what it is. Let's see, you are dry. And you are dry, so let's flip these back this way also. Move that over there. And this as well. Feed them back into there. You are both dry. Yeah. We'll feed you back, you back, you back. I also want to stop making so much of this stuff, so let's reverse the acid pipe here and here. We'll shut down these ones. We do have a whole box full of uranium rods, so this will last for still quite a while, even shutting this all down. Actually, we should be fine here because we shouldn't end up outputting very much of the depleted uranium. Next time I play, though, I will just find a dumping site for the depleted uranium, dump it in the ground until we actually need it, and then dig it all back up again. Similar to what we're doing with the dirt. Maybe even just build a ziggurat. Build a depleted uranium ziggurat. Sounds like fun. So these could technically be deleted now. They do still have yellow cake in them, but we'll put the yellow cake back in these, and that'll be all right. I think with that depletion, let's also do this. Force that hydrofluoric acid back this way, and we'll end up with just 2 of these running, and then I can shut these down as well. Actually, I think I can probably do that already. So let's turn these off like this. And then we'll just let the uranium flow off the belts. And that'll be the end of the uranium. What we have here will eventually get used, though we'll just probably truck it over to the new build, and we'll just use it there. It'll be fine. The uranium ore, as far as I can recall, is not radioactive to the game. We don't get radiation damage from it. The only thing we get radiation damage from is the stuff that's in barrels, except for the white barrels. Any of the barrels but the white ones. Well, they almost managed to fill this hole in with mostly that slag from there. Not quite, but mostly. Mostly. Hey, Mark, welcome in. Alright, so I'm going to let this wind down. Once the uranium ore is completely depleted here on both sides, it'll stop making the yellow cake, of course, and then it'll stop needing to be fed into here. And then that will shut down. Once that does, I'll get an alarm here. Once this is down to, or once this starts depleting at all, I'll get an alarm. We can probably adjust that alarm, but then eventually I will probably shut one of these down and leave the other one going to run down the leftover uranium rods. We'll end up with 16 left over at the very end of all this, but that's all right. And I'm just going to let the spent fuel be turned into mox rods, because I'm not that bothered by it. No more radiation deaths after the changes we made in the last stream. These much shorter belts have reduced our radiation leakage, I guess, for lack of a better word, to effectively zero. It's not enough to affect anything. There's I saw this on the wiki. There's a minimum threshold that the colony can handle before it starts experiencing radiation health effects. So with these much shorter belts, and also only running 3 trucks, which they seem to be keeping up just fine with. Oh, that's not where the trucks are, though. Move. There we are. Only running 1 truck at each one of these, and they seem to be keeping up just fine. I do have an alarm on them for 25%. We should be fine. Which is good. It's good. Also, we have quite a bit of enriched uranium saved up here. Neat. Which is kind of nice to see that we have that saved up, because we're just not using it as much anymore, because we don't need the core fuel as much. We've seeded the pipes and everything. But we do still have quite a bit more core fuel to make, so we're going to keep making that. We're going to turn all of this piss poor uranium into better uranium, so that we can finish this up. But at the moment we have quarter of a train full, maybe. Yeah, it looks like it. 150 plus, yeah, less than a quarter of a train full. So we'll have to wait on that. The train ran on its own though the last time. It came and got a full load. So we are producing this quite a lot, which is good. But we've only eaten through about half of our saved up uranium at this point. And then we gotta get through all this shit. That's gonna be a while. Alright, so let's see here. These could all be removed now. You two are still gonna drain this out. This one's going to shut down pretty soon now. Let's see. I need this to empty, I think. I need all of that to empty, actually. Let me do allow truck delivery here. Flip this one. Flip that one. Delete this, 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 and this, and this, and this, and this. And what about you? And this. And you can actually allow delivery here, here, and here. At least I think they'll be able to deliver to these. Don't actually know. We're going to probably end up with some yellow cake stored in here for a while, though. Maybe some uranium ore powder as well. That'll be alright. Alright, so these have completely run out. For the moment, I'm just going to pause them, though. This one will have to just stay the way that it is. Interesting, though, that it's not backed up. Why is it not backed up? Yeah, some yellow cake, some crushed uranium. We'll just get that in here and use it up. The truck should just bring it back. They brought back the uranium already. They'll bring the yellow cake back soon enough. And we have leftover reds that we can't dispose of or store. Interesting. That'll have to get... We'll have to build something then, I guess. That'll be fine. So they should bring that yellow cake in here anyway. This is probably good now. Should have enough acid for this. What's left, I think. And this will still need to run for as long as we're making toxic slurry. You are done. And I think you are done as well. And these will just take a little bit of time because I've knocked it down just one of them. We're going to take the extra time. We should be done with acid now. We should be done with rock now. We should be done with filtration media now. Oh no, I need to unpause you for just a little bit longer. Just like that, to get the last couple of pieces out of there. And then we'll just let this thing here dwindle, and then we can delete all of this whenever we have the inclination. What are you looking for? Oh, are you stuck again? Yeah, let's not have you do that. Stay down there for now. We'll eat that out of there later. Yeah. I'll get that once I get up here. We'll come back. That'll be a little bit easier. I shouldn't have come this far over. And I do need to get a little bit into here, too, to get the rest of that out. I think I can pause you and you now. And these guys are down to just a little bit left. Looks like we're out. We could actually take some of that in now. But not quite entirely yet, so we'll just wait on that. They might only be able to deliver it to this one. They might not be able to get into here. Because this might not be close enough for manual delivery. But we'll see. Okay, so the other things that I wanted to do tonight, while that's kind of shutting down, is I do want to rebuild our research factory as a train-fed factory. Maybe this is a great spot for it in here someplace, somehow. We'll just have to be a little bit careful with how we do it. But we could do that rebuild. And then I also want to remove the gold from being way over here and make it more centrally located and train-fed as well. This doesn't need a whole lot of input. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 inputs. 5 inputs. 5 inputs. And 1, 2 outputs. Plus hydrogen fuel station. Should be it. Let's double check those numbers. This is that, which is that, which is this. Plus the acid. Yeah, that's 2 so far. This will need to have that one as an input. Oh, and then we need water for this too. That one, so that's 3. And slag out is 4. And then here you get either this or that, plus sand, 5, 6, and then output is gold of 7. So yeah, this build is just fine. I think, though, that I might want to double it when we rebuild it, because we still have one more thing we have not made yet, and that is luxury goods. Luxury goods need 8 gold to make 32 luxury goods. Is there any way for me to tell? Yes, there is. I'll need 36, so I'll need to have double this number. But we'll also need to have 24, so double that, maybe. 48 imported goods. If we go to where those are imported, which are here, we can either trade vehicle parts to, or diamonds for it. The value of a diamond is just coal and time and something else maybe. The value of this is a lot more. I think the diamonds might be better, depending on how big it is. Yeah, depending. Let's go take a look at what we're making, where we're making diamonds now. Because we'd want to have, well, if we want to have 48 of those a minute, let's go back into there. Then we would need to have 2,400 divided by 48 times 181. That's not right. 48 divided by 2,400 times 181. 3.62 diamonds per minute. And those we have getting made over here at the moment, I think. Diamonds. Those are made here. We would need 2 of these diamond factories, which is graphite and salt. And graphite is made either from coal and chlorine or carbon dioxide, which we're already making anyway, and salt. So I think we could trade diamonds for luxury or imported goods to combine with gold and make luxury goods. And we can do that all at the import station, I would think. Like, at the import station, bring in the graphite. What's it at? Bring in the graphite and the salt. Send out the diamonds. Bring back the luxury goods. Bring in the gold as well. Make the import goods. Mix the import goods with the gold to make the luxury goods, and then output the luxury goods to send over here to the settlement. So I think we'll do that after we get the gold upgraded. But that means I'm going to need to have up to 16 more gold a minute, which is what this whole thing was about, which is basically 2 more of these. So I think, yeah, doubling this build as part of this process wouldn't hurt. Gold, as far as gold goes, we have whatever's left down here. Let's turn this off. Yeah, we have whatever's left in here, which is quite a bit, and we have that entire island, which is quite a bit. And I don't think we have any in the world map, though. That's quartz, which we'll need eventually. Bauxite, might need more of that eventually. uranium, another uranium mine. We'll need that once we start making the big yellow cake. I don't need that. Coal mine. If it comes down to it, we need more coal for making more graphite. We can do that. Rocks. There's gold in them thar hills. Yes, sir. Let's see. Groundwater. That'd be interesting to do. Coal and more quartz over here we haven't tapped yet. Let's see. Oil. Limestone. More quartz. Everything else, as far as I understand it, comes in from the asteroids. So we won't see anything else here in the world map besides those things. I have no idea how gold works with that, but there is always the option to trade for gold, I think. Yeah, we can trade diesel for gold if we absolutely need to. I probably would rather not, because it's not a great ratio, but diesel's also fairly cheap to make, so if we had to, we could. So let's start with the gold factory. It's going to need some waterfront. It's going to need 8 train stations. Could go in here, but this needs to change. So I don't know that I want to do that. Could potentially go down here. If this was further along, it could go in here. And, or if this was further along, it could go in here. This is still in progress as well. I'm just looking for areas that I have a straight edge on. So I think maybe it might have to go in here. Or down here. Maybe just down here should be fine. I think it'll fit in here just fine. We could probably just take the trains down this way and put them out on the sea edge here, and then have the water coming in for the gold from the side here. Maybe let's take a copy of what we have here, because this is what we need to start with. You need 18. You make 24. We need to double this, or do we not? You make 27 times 4, which is 108, right? Yeah, so we'll need to double this, which means we'll need to have 36 saline, so we'll need to evaporate the saline like that, times 2 as well. So basically everything in this build will be doubled. This was basically done. The exception of this being slightly overproducing, this is basically done to ratio. So let's make just a copy of the whole thing, and then we'll figure it out, and then we'll come back to it. Alright, so let's see. You... if we're gonna bring... I think we do something like this, maybe? But this part here would go over here somehow. Obviously, we don't need these big storages and things here anymore. This would still have to shred the compacted, the pressed scrap into usable scrap, but that could be positioned differently. Let's take that apart. Let's see, U4 to those 2. We could still have, we could basically just keep that build and do a different thing with it. Or just duplicate it, I mean. And then this is where sand comes in. Must be the sand. This was the scrap, which is getting brought into those. How much gold are we outputting here? 9 times 4. If I doubled that, it would be 9 times 8, which is 72. That'd be a blue belt, but that would be fine. The most this is ever going to output is 72 as well, so that would be fine as well. I think what I should do is change this build to have this be more centrally bussed, rather than having it be pieced out like it is. So do that to start with. Actually, this input side could stay the same, I think. You would go... This can be simplified. Unless I wanted to split these and bring this in between to make it shorter. But I think the size is fine. We could just do this and have the inputs accordingly. That. You can link up U with U to pass the acid through. We'll need to have 12 times 8 acid, which is fine. Actually, I think I should do one more thing here. And that is put space in between those two, like that, to be consistent. And then I'll redo that pipe. And if that's 12 times 8, that's 96. All these pipes need to be upgraded. And this one here, give me a little tail here so that I can upgrade that pipe and then delete that tail so it has a connector there. Why did I do those like that? Who knows what I was thinking? Change this slightly. Delete that and this and this. And this and that. Make them all consistent. So yeah, if I were to try to fit this in there, I would need to make room for... I have to move each of them out by 3. And 1, 2, 3, would put it there. Means it extra wide. I don't think I need to. I don't think so. These take in 144 each. Output 144. That goes into this, which takes in and then outputs 72 each. That 72 is being divided into 2 times 36. So that's great. Let's take this out. Let's change this belt as well, because that's where the sand comes in. And let's also take out, or move these guys out. They are exhausting. How much are they exhausting here? 12 each. We're going to have 4 of them. That's 48. That's not enough to worry about turning it into graphite, I don't think. I don't think so. I don't think it's worth it. I think we'll just deal with the pollution from that. Let's take this out here. This and this. This and that. Actually, all this can come out. Let's even take out these belts here. The acid that's up there is the... that acid, or is that the... that's the output. Okay. Take out this here. You guys are outputting 27 each. 27 times 8 is 216, so this needs to be upgraded to a Mark III belt. Give me a little tail here again. And then we do an improvement, and delete the tail. And then that will go some distance this way. Did a pipe 2 on those? Okay. That was necessary, but okay. Those are flipped? Oh, I must have flipped all of these then. Flippin' idiot. Okay, let's do this and flip. Alright, and then I gotta tweak these 2 pipes. I'm going to take out the sand belt too. Alright, so that'll take care of this. I don't like that there's so many of those. I think I read, didn't I read somewhere that I can Ah yes, modify pillars. Take out some of these excess pillars. Totally worth it, by the way. Good way to spend your time. Although that one's probably going to get changed anyway. That was another new feature in Update 4 that I forgot about. And then I think what I'm just going to do here is run a big belt of 9 times 8, which is 72. Which is 4 times 18. Oh, it's half the gold scrap. Okay, well, that's even better then. So Mark II belt here. I'm just going to take it like this to this point, maybe. Yeah, let's go there. Do a U-shaped balancer here. And then we'll come back out again this way for this stuff. And then we need to have 2 spaces here, which will be fine. Let's go there with it. This will come into here. This, and like this. And then you get lifts for the sand here. And the sand is 3, so we can do a Mark I belt of that. I actually need 4 of these. We'll do that. And this. And that. Actually, these could be Mark I. By that logic. There. And there. Oh, let's see. So acid comes in here. This is the tainted water coming out. We could probably just build that in right in here. This crusher then, we don't need this part of it. We just need this part of it. And it can plug in almost directly into that. Either way. Actually, I think I'll put it over here, though. I have that sand belt there. I think this will be better. We'll take that. You can be a Mark II. Actually, you only need to be a Mark I. Into here. That'll be our priority input, because that's the crushed. That's the gold scrap coming in. We got lowered uranium supplies here. Let's see. You are basically done. So are you. Let's delete this and see if we can get all of it into there to make 1 more of these. I think we're going to have 2 extra yellow cake. Delicious. And there's not really anything I can do about it. Alright, so I think it's probably time to shut down one of these reactors now. Maybe. No, let's put this down to 25%. And then once it rings the 25, we'll shut down one of the reactors and let the other one continue running. Okay, back to our gold. Gold! So slag will come out to a train. This will come out. Well, actually, let's do that part first. 9 times 4 is 36. This can be deleted. Slag will go out to a train. I need 2 of these, though. And I think the way to do that would be to do this and flip and put the other one over here somehow. I think I'll do a space between them. Reasons. And then I think this will fit. How much you got? 60. Okay. It'll go here. Yeah. We'll take this out. Oh, wrong belt. Take this out like this. And that'll be the slag output to the train. We'll have the water output here above it. And then we'll have the saline out input here somehow. The water output just goes to get dumped back into the ocean. We don't really have a use for water here. If we had... I mean, I guess we could tie it into this and say, hey, use this water first before you make new water. We could also say, hey, take the saline from here, the brine from here, and feed it into this, but it's kind of trivial, especially because we're just doing the evaporation process here, which is... Actually, we could do a thermal evaporation. Just do one of them. Yeah, we could do that. Let's just do that. One of them is potentially nicer. Wait a minute, I turned off that. Oopsie. Turn that off. Then we have this stuff coming in too. You and you can be deleted. Now, let's see. How long do I retain the hats now? Until somebody redeems me to take them off. But today's nerd shirt says, "We're adults. When did that happen? How do we make it stop?" Mm-hmm. So water, this could probably just go here someplace. We could kind of do a little bit of a bus here for these products, these items, these products, in and out of this refining process. I might even push that up a bit more, but you get the idea. Yeah, let's go there. So if slag is on the bottom, then we're going to need to have a U-shaped lift for the filter media there. Means that I should have brought slag out just a wee bit more. Like so. That'll come this way. And then you are filter media, which is 6 of it, so that could be a really slow belt here. Wait a minute, I did that in the wrong spot again. Doggone it. Do this. Do that. Okay, there we go. Slow belt here. And you can end there with your friend over here, connecting up to there. Oopsie. R. Like that. And then pipes for these couple of fluids. I think, what should we need of that? 18 times 2. Let's do this to here. Oh, wait, up one more. To here. And then this way, there, and into there. And then this one goes here and connects up with that there. And then this one goes there. And this goes out to the ocean. That way. and there. And then we have the seawater coming in from the ocean here. This and dropping into there. And we need to have 96 seawater, so that should actually be upgraded. And I think we actually need to have, yeah, we need to have more of this water. Let's upgrade that pipe as well to Mark II. These two here could technically be conveyor 1s, but it's 60, so I think I will keep it at conveyor 2. And then we have this stuff here, which is coming in over here. And I think I just need to turn this. Let's go to. Go just a bit past that. And then we go here and back again. And you need 108 apiece, carrying 450. Let's just do a pipe 2 into this one. And into this one. That'll do nicely. Okay. That'll be our gold factory. Gold out, input output here, input output here, gold scrap into here, gold ore into here. That's 1, acid into here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Missing something. What am I missing? Gold ore on the end. Hydrogen, of course. Acid. Oh, sand. Forgot about the sand. Accidentally flooded a massive mine. You have to fill it all up and mine it again. Oh no. Oh no. That's awful. Oh, and here's the sand right here. Okay, so gold ore in. Gold scrap pressed in. Acid in, that's 3. Sand in, that's 4. Gold out, that's 5. And then filter media in, slag out, that's 6 and 7. And number 8 is hydrogen. So we need to build the train station. I'm going to move this up closer to this. Where it goes permanently, I don't know yet. We'll see how that plays out. But we need to have hydrogen train station. Start with this one. Go from there. Start here on this end. And let's do like this. And this. And like that. Oh yeah. And now I gotta get the new fluid thingies. The island looks like an interstate highway in the middle. It is very cluttered. Yeah, I waited far too long for to start working on trains, but the benefit of that was that I was able to build it this way to begin with. Although it actually is 2 or 3 iterations of tweaking of the trains. I only had a double set of rails to begin with, and then I decided to do the 4-lane, and then I decided to do the overpasses, the bypasses. So it was kind of an iterative process, but I'd never played with trains in this before this save, so it became what it became. That is extraneous right there. And right there. I think... Oh, wait a minute. Is it? I think it is. Okay. And then we need to have a loose dumping site. Maybe somebody like this one. Be fine. This is input, right? Yeah, input here. Oh! Well, that won't work. How the hell did that happen? I love it when you find that shit. This way. So gold ore dump here. I'll fix the fuel stations after. Gold ore, and then we need to have acid. You have one of those right here. Played about 80 hours on one playthrough, so you constantly have to go through your old stuff and try to make everything more efficient. We're well over 80 hours on this save. Streaming is probably close to 150. Runtime, save time kind of thing is probably at least double, if not maybe closer to triple that. And most of that's done, most of that's because of all the terraforming. It takes a lot of time to flatten all the mountains and dump it all into the ocean. After acid, we'll bring in the scrap. That'll be a flat scrap dump. I have one of those maybe here. It's not gold, but we'll tweak it. Like this. Save lag. Save lag. So you go right there. And then sand. That's another loose dump, but I should be able to get a sand station for that. Don't have to readjust all of the probably isn't the greatest example. But I think it'll be fine. Yes, it's fine. Missed a pipe length, apparently. Okay, sand, and then gold out. So I can just take like a copper out and reassign it. Oop. Here. And like that. And then filter media in, slag out. In either order, doesn't matter. I think I'll do filter media in first, which I can take from here, from the settlement. Then slag out. I have one of those. No, I don't have one of those here. I have those in smelting, though. Let's go to one of these here. And do this. Okay, now we need to put down all these new... All these new hydrogen fuel depots, or liquid fuel depots. Collision with pillar. Oh, that's because that's that pipe. You get to go, and you get to go. We'll put those back in. I missed. Okay, and then we just need to rename all this stuff. So this is a gold hydrogen train station. And this is going to be gold ore in. And this is gold ore, or gold ore train station. Guess I could go with gold smelting, maybe. And then this is acid. Stays the same. And then this was the scrap. Gold scrap. Oh, I forgot. I forgot something. Gold scrap. And then this is gold smelting. Gold scrap. And then you utilize trains more. Production lines centralized, or are they spread out? They're, depending on what you would want to define as centralized and or spread out. They're all roughly here in the middle of my base. Kind of this being one end of it, and this being the other end of it. But they're all modular, so each thing is being made more or less in its own dedicated area. The exception kind of being this central processing area here brings in a bunch of base materials, tier 0, tier 1 materials, and makes all the construction parts here, makes all the vehicle parts here, and feeds them in by belt to a vehicle depot, also into the train depot. And then on this side, using the same components, I have a station that's taking out or making the non-edible items for the town, also the servers and the rail parts. So we have those here also, because they kind of all use the same set of base items. So I made them all together. Other than that, most things are modular based on what the output item is. So like this is fertilizer. Yes, there's every step of fertilizer here, but I'm only outputting the final fertilizer, fertilizer 2. All of the rest are just intermediates. You like it? You want to use something like it? Go for it. This is kind of based on what a lot of folks do in Factorio, where they have like different outposts making different things. So it's the same kind of concept. I'm just taking it for my own. Let's see. This needs to just be changed to gold smelting. And it's fine because it's sand. This is gold bars out here. Gold there. Gold here. And then we do gold smelting, gold train station. And this one I need to copy because I changed the item. This here is filter media. Just got to change the title. And then this here is slag, which I just got to change name as well. Okay, all those stations will get hooked up. Let's check all the pipe directions here and also put this pipe in while we're at it. A couple here are incorrect. You get that pipe, and then these couple here are incorrect once again. There we go. So next we need one of these things. Input will be, though, on the inside. So I want to input inside this type of station. What the heck am I doing here? Oh, I'm still trucking gold in, right? Because I don't have gold on the trains yet. So yeah, this can come in here like this. Be able to resolve that shortly. You go there, and then you can go there. We can take out this, that, and that'll be good. We'll need a parking lot here, and this will definitely need to move down some amount because we'll need to be able to fit all of this in. I think I'll put it down maybe like in that area someplace. But a parking lot, we have 8 stations, so we need at least 8 parking spaces. Hey, that one's got 8. Let's take a copy of this. I don't know if I want this kind, though. I think I have to be a little bit shenanigan-y here with this build. Maybe. These out. This. Flip. That. Not too smart with train physics. How's the parking lot work? What do they do? Just line up there? Yeah, so the concept is, find a place where this is happening. The concept is they come in on a single line here. And then they will pick a lane here to park in. It's called, in real life, it's called a shunting yard. Parking lot's just easier to say and also easier to explain the concept of. But they will pick a lane here, somewhat arbitrarily, it seems, and they will wait here until there's room to park in the stations. In this case, there's only a couple here waiting to get into the oil refinery station. We might have more elsewhere. Maybe not. There's a couple here, a couple there. Not a lot, actually, surprisingly. They're kind of always in motion, though, so it shouldn't be that surprising. But I also overbuild my parking areas quite a bit. But what the idea is, they will park here while they're waiting, in this case, to probably go pick up something. And they'll just occupy a parallel space here. And then once their station is clear and they can pull in there, they will pull in. Sometimes they pull directly in because there's nothing blocking them. They'll pull in and load up whatever they need to load up here. And then go on their merry way. There's doing stations like I have them here, where they go in and out like that, has some flaws with it. Trains will block the through lane when they're passing it, kind of thing. It would probably be better to have the output going, or the station going through and coming back out again. When I play again, I will do that. There was, can we see those here? Yeah, patch notes. There was a flaw in doing that, but they did fix it in a recent patch note here someplace. With trains pathing through. I saw it somewhere in the patch notes. They adjusted what used to happen was trains would just path through a station if it was open, and then they would get gummed up and jammed up in there sometimes and things like that when they were through stations. So I didn't do it but then they patched it to fix that. The cost of a train going through a station where it didn't need to stop was high enough that they will choose not to go that way, which is basically the same as the way that it works in Factorio. But changing all of the stations now is more than I want to do. So in the future, whenever I play again, I will just make my stations be through stations, but for the purposes of this build, they're going to be in-out stations like this. This is not going to be great. So the parking lots are just used as a staging area so that the train can park before it's needed to before it has a station to get into. All right, we don't need a T. We just need a cross or a elbow here. I'm gonna make it a T-shaped elbow, and I think that's where I need it to go. Is here. That. So if I can buy myself a little bit more space here, that would be awesome. I just don't know how much more I'm going to be able to buy. Grab my small 90-degree curve. My blueprint. Library over there. Let's see. I want you... This. I definitely need that to be that much room. Preferably more. Over here, I really just need to have one through lane to bring the two pipes through. So I could bring this even closer here. I don't want to go any further than that, though, I don't think. If I can avoid it anyway. I may just have to do a little bit of a squiggle here. Put you right there. And then this one, go there. Yeah, also have to do a little bit of a squiggle. We did this once before. That's what I want. Hope it wasn't. Okay. Autosave. Right. And then this can just go like this. Is there something I can do about the angles here? Probably not. No. All right, we're going to go like this. Then we're going to go like that. Or just take it. Just take it as it is. It's fine. We're going to do that squiggly mess there. This will come out this way. This will continue along this way. This will go back this way. I need to adjust my no stops here. So that only the crossings are blocked. Same as this one. That crossing there, and this one here. You, and you, and you. Alright, and these actually also need to be allowed for stoppages. Mergers and splits don't need to allow for stopping. I'll leave them on the crossing so that the trucks can get through, but only crossings actually need to block the trains from stopping. Mergers and splits do not. That's the red dotted edges there on those. And yeah, we don't need any of that to slow our trains down at all. So that's good. I need to do this one too, I suspect. I suspected correctly. Which, that's basically the same train logic as we have in Factorio 2. Where you only really need to have rail signals, or chain signals rather, on your lines where you have trains crossing each other, where the stoppage of one train will impede a train that is not at all related to the direction of travel that the stopped train is traveling. Oh, we're short on uranium rods. Okay, so it's time to shut down one of these nuclear reactors. Let's shut you down. Probably shouldn't have shut it all down at once. Oopsie. But we'll shut this down. Actually, I think I need to run it a little bit longer. Burn through the last bit of fuel here, maybe? Or does it not matter? It may not matter. I mean, it's not actually going to burn through any fuel anyways. Alright, it doesn't matter. One fuel rod isn't going to hurt us either way. I do have, indeed, 2 leftover yellow cake. Hate that. Hate it with a passion. That's okay. Anything with the asteroids? No, we're still working our way to it. That is seriously endgame stuff. I've unlocked those 2, but they are these 2 techs way back here that we need for that. And I just recently unlocked them, and I'm working my way still toward that. I needed to get this new breeder reactor up and running to get more power first. And it is, it's ready for me to start up the 3rd one anytime. The first 2 are running at full blast right now. But I want to shut down and take the workers out of this one before we start that one up. Okay, so back to this build. Given all of this that we just did with the station, let's move this now over here. And I think I will put you guys out like this. Do... I like that. I like it a lot. We'll do that. And then, a couple of the belts aren't going to be lined up perfectly, but that's okay. That's why I have it the way that I have it. That I can do lifts and things if I need to. Sand is already lifted, so we'll keep that at the level it's at, which is 1. So this here will go in here. Then flip. Gold ideally would be on the bottom. Your slag, right? That's good. I have slag on the output here, right? Slag output, yes, that's good too. Gold output on the bottom, gold ore in on the bottom. Acid can be up on level 1, which turns just before the sand comes out, so that works out nicely. And then the scrap can also be on level 1. Actually, yeah, this works out really well. I only need to use level 0 and 1. Okay, so, let's see. You get a Mark 1 flat here. You'll come this way and go into this. You were 9 times 4, which is 36. It's a Mark 1 flat coming out of here. That one's the only... No, that was not a problem either. You go into that. Slag is a Mark II belt here. I'm just going to attach it. I'm not going to redo the whole thing. If it's short, I'll redo it just for some future simplicity. But otherwise, I'm not going to redo it. And then gold ore comes into here. Let's see, that needs to be quite a belt. 144 is 288, which means I need a Mark III belt here. And you can go to... let's go like this. Oof by 1. I'll go like that. And that's all the ground level stuff. Acid... Mark II pipe. You'll come out like this, go up, and then come across to here, where you go into that. Sand is a Mark I belt. You'll come out here, you'll go like this. Into there. And, so let's see. Hydrogen is just here for fuel for the trains. This, upgrade this to a larger storage. This, that, this. I don't really need the big sand storage here, though. Let's take that down. Gold should be large. Filter media. That needs a lift as well, just like sand is. Do that. And then you'll be, I think it's slow belt, right? It's just, yeah, it's just 12 total. So we'll grab one of these here and do that. And I'm not gonna monkey with that either. There we go. And then these pipes go out to a pump and a drain out here at the seaside. Almost. Try that again. Try that again. There we go. Which can be put... I should probably have filled this in a little bit here. I'll just put them over here. Be fine. I think I'll flip them. Actually, do this and this, and then do this. That. Let's see. Not going to redo these pipes either. This is the input of the seawater. 2, please. On out to here. Into there. And then this one here. And into there. Alright, that should be our new gold trading station. Let's do a Unity build on the rails. And then I'll let the trucks build everything else. The trucks always need some work to do. You all do that. We have plenty of workers to support this, so that'll be fine. And you're just about out of uranium. As soon as it's just going to run dry, so that'll be fine. I guess I need to delete this one though. Yeah. Now this is where it's going to get scary, because I'll be reliant completely on this build now. You guys are not backed up there, but you are backed up here. coming out of these guys. Oh, I have an extra pipe here too I don't need. Okay. Which is fine. You guys are backed up here as well, making core fuel. Core fuel should not be backed up here at all, ever. It's not. Sure, there's a good battery system in this game. Have you tried the thermal storage? I have not. I feel like the only reason it's necessary is if you use this automatic power regulation. And I don't feel like I want to do it, so I haven't done it. Yeah, I think the reason that it doesn't have batteries is because the solar panels would be the only changeable power. And they have, their lore is they have batteries built in, so they produce the amount of power night and day. Now they don't produce the amount of power on rainy days and cloudy days, I don't believe, but they produce the amount of power night and day. So they kind of bake batteries into those to give you an average output based on the weather. But yeah, I agree, but they don't rely so much on changeable power in this game. It's all nuclear is constant. Coal burning is constant. Really the only power storage is flywheels. Ooh, we're outputting things to shred. Nice. It means these are probably ready to shred, aren't they? 1 year they'll be ready to shred. Yeah, we're outputting scrap now. It's nice. All right, so this reactor here will just shut down on its own. Once it runs out of fuel, it'll just shut down. We may get 1 or 2 extra MOX rods in the end of it, because these are going to be constantly outputting things. So I may be able to kick it back on briefly to output the rest of it, but we'll see how that plays out. I don't know how it's going to play out. So this scares me a bit, but I think it's time to delete parts of this. This should be ready to delete completely. This side, this whole half. You're flattening the island. Did I stockpile dirt to lay on top? Yes, I did. Oh, have I ever. Oh, I need to flip this too, by the way. I'll show you that in just a moment. Let's finish this delete first. This and that, and this and this. And those go away. There's water in there, but what are you going to do? They'll deal with that however they want to, I suppose. Be careful here. They don't delete too much. I think I can go all the way out to here, though. Wizard hat. Jonathan, welcome in. Wait, you've been here. Never mind. No welcome to you. You are not welcome. No, yes, you are welcome. And this partial pipe here goes away, too. We don't need this anymore. We don't need that anymore. We don't need this anymore. And I see you emptied that out, so I can probably delete that belt as well. And there's apparently some couple of belts right there, too. Dozed off for a little bit. Alrighty. Wizard hat. Alright. So, dirt storage. I have dirt ziggurats, 2 of them. And I was just about ready to build the 3rd one when the new stackers came out. So I started just using the new stackers to stockpile the dirt over here in an area I haven't done any terraformation on. Eventually this is all going to have to get taken down and moved elsewhere, or it needs to be, spread out, whichever way I do it. but I do have some dirt stockpiled. If you look, though, in a lot of places, there's several layers of dirt here on top of the rock, on these mountains and things. Like this is probably at 16, maybe 17. So there's 3 or 4 layers of dirt here. I'm only putting 1 back down again. So I should have plenty of dirt to spread out on the top of all this. This mountain over here that I've removed most of has been a wonder spring of dirt availability. It's definitely 10. It's probably 9, almost certainly 9, up to 14. So that's 5 layers of dirt there that I can take off. So I have plenty of dirt to spread on top and make it all be green or brown, depending on how much truck traffic they're getting. So yeah, this is done. Ooh, nice. Okay, so we need to first bring in the wrong button. First, bring in the hydrogen train to get the fuel station going. Let's do that. And leave one empty. Because we need to get the fuel in here and spread. Oh, I didn't delete this pipe that I randomly brought with me. Oopsie. It's alright. Go away. And I think I'll bring in everything but the gold ore, because I don't have that hooked up to trains yet, so that'll have to be trucked in. But I think I'll bring in that. I'll bring in everything else via train. So, well, yeah. Yeah, let's do that. So, now I'll wait till we have some fuel saved up here before I do any more trains. So that'll come in. How are we doing over here, Mr. Nuclear? Still chugging away. Yeah, you still haven't emptied this out completely yet. We're still ticking along on that. I probably shouldn't have deleted the other one so fast, but it's all right. And then you are the return water from this build. Right. Okay, so we can also remove all of this build. This, that. All of these guys can go away. All of this can go away. All of this can go away. All of this can go away. This and that can go away. I think I have still a fluid dump somewhere. Don't I? That is... Maybe I don't. I might not. I used to have a fluid dump somewhere. And I thought it was somewhere in this area. That was just configured for, or just there for me to dump whatever. But I guess I must have deleted it at some point. I'll put another one back in. I want you to be a brine dump anyway, so we'll do that. Because we'll need to empty out these tanks here. Oh, and you gotta have that option turned on. They should start collecting brine from here. Yeah, there they go. To dump. I don't know what I'm going to do with this filter media, because I think this was the last of the filter media. Almost positive this is the last place the filter media is used. Because it's just toxic slurry and wastewater. And toxic slurry is both gold and uranium. Yeah, we're basically done with filter media now. So I'm going to have to incorporate that back into this here, which means I'll just reverse this belt. Which I don't want to do yet because we need it for gold, but I'll have to do that eventually. But these things will just stay. That'll be fine. This can go, and this all can go as well. Some steel there. Oh, wait. There's some enriched uranium as well. There's 1 enriched uranium in here. Okay. Can I just delete those types of things? Yellow cake I could delete. I have 6 yellow cake left over. I thought I only had 2. Well, crap. If... I don't have any hydrofluoric acid left, though. You use 6 yellow cake every 2 minutes to make 1 enriched uranium. I have 1 enriched uranium and I need 2. Okay, I was... I'm happy with having more than 2. Yeah, because I could have used it if I knew there were 6. So I think what I will do is I will cheese this a little bit. Because I think... Wait, where am I making... Am I making hydrofluoric acid here? Thought I was. Maybe I'm not making it yet. Until I get the yellow cake. I'm making hydrofluoric acid... somewhere. Anesthetics. Oh, I'm making it over here, right? Duh. All right, let's do a little bit of cheese here. I want to not delete this one. And I want to not delete this one. And I want to take this over here. Where am I at? Over here. And tack this on here temporarily. Allow, and then do that. They should bring in that. That's all the acid I'm gonna need. Reverse that. That's way too much acid. I already brought in 20. I'm gonna need 1, 2. So that's fine. And then they should bring in this yellow cake. Cake. Yep, looks like they're bringing it in. And then I want to allow delivery of this stuff here. Going to bring in a bunch of steel, aren't they? Oh well. Don't really need a bunch of steel here, but what are you going to do? They'll bring in a bunch, we'll just take it back out again. You're running. Good. Good. Alright, so then somebody should come and take this 1 enriched uranium and this 5 depleted uranium. I think I allow delivery here. No, I don't, but I can. They also might be able to deliver over here. Don't actually know. Yeah, they could have delivered it there too. They might already be doing so. And then once that's done, this could be deleted. Actually, this could be deleted now. The pipe empty as well. It is. Delete, delete. Somebody come and get this stuff. Which they will do. Make that 1 last rod. With that 1 last enriched uranium. But is that 4% uranium there same as this 4% that we're making here? It is. Interesting. Very interesting. Didn't put it together like that before. So we could have, all along, reprocessed this stuff. Oh, I didn't because I didn't want a bunch more of this. We could have reprocessed this stuff to make more fuel rods all along. Uranium rods. But then I would have had a bunch more depleted uranium to store. So that's why I didn't all along. But I could have done this process here. Oh well. I think I made a conscious decision not to do that. But consciousness is fleeting, so who knows. Alright, that got. So can I now... You just made it. Okay, good. So we can delete you. And then this will empty out slowly over the next little while. Generating power in here. Guess I should just allow the water to... Maybe. Have you not dumped all of this yet? No, because this is slow as molasses. Because it's waiting out. Yeah. What I should probably do is put a tank here in front of this. And have the trucks bring it in. Like that. And it'll drain a bit better. Because they can only deliver 10 at a time here. Or something at a time here. No. 40 at a time here. Whereas they can deliver 500 at a time to this. So that'll be better. And then, yeah, the filter media. This can be deleted. This can be deleted. Have extraneous pipage here I can get rid of now. And here as well. Gotta go? Alright. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming by and saying hello and all of that. I appreciate everybody coming and hanging out with me. And have a good evening. Thank you for coming. And you're welcome anytime for the questions. Anytime. Let's see. Let's just turn off this alarm so I don't have to look at it anymore. Because we know it's dying. I can get rid of that ramp. I don't need it anymore. I'm going to need to get rid of this stuff too eventually. Eventually. How much do we have saved up here? Getting there. Train is at least half full now. I don't have a big enough hook for you to hang around on. Well, we could probably fashion you one glass if you wanted. Let's see. We got lots of uranium in here. You must have done another run. I think it's fuller. So maybe we did a run and it's filled up again already. Let's see. We have lots of workers, but not enough yet to start up the last plant, I don't think. Plus, I just want to let this one run down, so it'll be fine. You wouldn't want to be out of fashion? Yeah. Graspian, welcome in. Let's see. How did this go? Have we gotten a little bit of stockpile here? We have. So let's start bringing in the other bits. The acid. Start from one end and work to the other. Add a station. Deliver the acid. Here. Empty. Let's see. Take all of them off. All right. How's the decommissioning going? Half the old nuclear is gone. Well, the entire manufacturing process is gone. And half of the plant is gone. I'm just waiting for the last of the fuel rods to get used up before we buy the other half before we decommission it. So, yeah. It's gone quite a bit. Quite a bit. That mean it's time for the most annoying hat? No, it is not. It is never. Alright, so acid's in. Gold, scrap we can bring in now. Do I have a train for that set up? I don't think I do. No, I don't. New line. Gold. scrap pressed. Let's see, gold, scrap pressed. And do this and that. And you can be that one. Add a stop. You're going to pick up over here at this place and add a stop. Hooray, no hats. Drop off there. You'll go full. You'll go when empty. And then we'll go to the aluminum one. Take the train. Copy it. Assign it to gold and build. And then what I also want to do over here. That's where I was. There I am. Is reverse this. Like that. We get a little bit more out of there. The first train will already be ready to fill up, but then that'll go into the station. We can delete you, delete you, delete you, delete you, and I'll wait on the last bit till later. So that's gold scrap. And then we need to have sand. And then gold out we'll deal with later? No, actually, I think we can deal with that now. Sort of. We do not have a gold train, right? Just checking. Shouldn't. I only have one station for gold, so do a new line. Gold. Gold. Gold, gold, you and you, and this can be yellow on black, maybe? I don't know. That'll pick up from here, and that'll deliver to here. Do we have gold going anywhere else? For right now, I don't know. What else is gold used in? These we were talking about earlier, and then the rest of it is electronics 3 stuff. So yeah, that's it. And then I need to build a train for that. So that's a flat train as well. I could just copy this one and put it into gold. Go. Gold. Yeah, there's sand coming in. Nice. And next is filter media. There it is. Might need another train for this, but we'll see. Wait a minute, shouldn't I have a third filter media? I should, but we're not making yellow cake yet over here. I haven't hooked it up yet. Here it is. And rock. Okay, good. Maybe I should have kept that some of that factory, because we're going to need to duplicate that. That's alright. We'll just rebuild it. Maybe I'll find a better way to do it. Maybe I'll wish that I hadn't deleted it. Filter media is set. Yes. And then this is slag out. So we pick up from here. Go there. And did I do this right? Yes. Alright, so acid's coming in. I haven't brought gold in yet because we don't have it on the train. You should get one load of scrap. You did. Okay, good. Let's delete that belt then. Just en route. En route. Moment. Oh, there it is. It got here. Sand is in. Filter media is coming in. Slag will go out when it's time. So we can bring in the gold. What I want to do, though, for that is I would like to... Let's see. Get rid of this. This might get a little rough. Yeah. Might get a little rough. But, anyway. Maybe. You've got 1, but you need 3. You've got 1, but you need 3. Of course. We'll have to fudge that in a little bit, I think. Yeah, I can do that. Let's get rid of this bucket of gold, which means you stop requesting gold. Where am I at? I just lost where I was. There I am. Stop requesting gold. And actually, I want to get rid of all of your gold. And I want to accept gold, but not request gold. Here. Here it comes. Okay, put in loose storage here. This will be gold scrap. And I just want to have U-shaped conveyor. It does some shenanigans here. And ends up into this input somewhere. Sure. That's perfect. This is only temporary. And then I want to actually prioritize that input as well. Not that it should matter much. We'll do that. And then I also want to output all the gold from here. Force it out. And I don't think I can get it into here. But what I can do is put another one of these down. Maybe a short one. Well, that wasn't what I wanted, but that's fine. Gold. And then we do a flat belt from there. Fast one. Into here. Can I not get into there? Okay, there we go. Found one. No, I didn't find one. Well, I guess... Oh, that's why. There we go. Okay, then Unity that as well. Oh, I blocked you in. Crap. You get in there now, trucks? Yeah. Sorry about that. That couple of pieces of scrap will be fine. What? Oh, I never connected those up. Idiot. It's only 9 each, so a U-shaped one should be plenty fine here. Although maybe it's not a bad idea to not do that. Yeah, I'm actually going to let those sit there and complain. We have sand problem. Oh, yes, we do. Nice. That means I need to get one of these miners, these excavators, back on sand. You cancel that. And come over here. And, or those trucks at random. Come out of there. And then here, we'll just start cutting away at this sand. Go to there, I guess. There's some coal in here too, eventually, but we'll see how that goes. Where am I going? Up here. Are you empty? Almost. Almost. This... probably stop. You still bringing in gold? Oh, you guys were on the long train, weren't you there? Yeah. Alright, what you got? You empty out your crushed, and then I will delete this, which will take the rest of that gold out. Let's do this, and then I can take out this. And once this one finishes, I think we should have enough. Maybe. Perfect. Delete that. Wait, don't delete that yet. Go ahead and delete this. And, well, don't delete it. I lied. Just don't bring any more in. Don't bring any more of this in either. Still take the slag out. Alright, you've emptied out that stuff, so let's do this now. They'll transfer the crushed gold ore into here, and then we'll make one more batch of gold ore powder. You have a surplus of that. You have a dearth of that. Let's enable this here also. Actually, let's enable the one on this end too. And then delete the two in the middle. That should hopefully zero out all of those recipes. Alright, the gold is still coming in here. That's good. I want it to fill this up and fill the train station up too, of course. The gold ore is a little bit left in there. You need this. Fine. These trains are so big. That'll be fine. Alright, and you... They must have taken that back to generic storage. I hate it when that happens. We'll have to wait for that to come back. I think I will delete this one then too. We'll just consolidate it all into the one. However that plays out, it'll be fine. And then I can delete all of this. Yeah, that's plenty. Oh, good, you brought in some of that. Still not done yet, though. No idea where the rest of that crushed gold ore is, but I do need to let this thing settle out for a little while longer. I think I need to do the same with you. And then delete this one. This can all go. This, and this, and that, and this, and that, and this can all go. That all stays, though. Pretty sure I'm done with the sand now. You can go. Run it again. You ran once. Okay, I think this is done now. I'm going to red this. And this as well. And we'll see if we get any of those items back in the ship storage area thingy. You still are going to probably get a little bit more gold scrap in. But I think we're going to be short by... Oh, no, I don't care about that. Maybe gold ore concentrate, though. Maybe. I don't have anywhere for that sand to go? I probably don't. Let's see. Can I let them... Not there. Can I let them... deliver it here? There it comes. Unless this beats them to it. But it'll be alright because we're constantly picking up from here anyway. I think I'll leave that at highest prior or higher priority still. I think. Where am I at? Why do I keep getting lost? I'm looking for gold ore concentrate, gold ore powder, or gold ore crushed to appear in the ship storage. Gold ore powder. Okay. I need to accept 8 gold ore powder into this. And will that help me? Where am I at? Gold ore powder. Here. 8. I need 12. So I need to feed that in a different way. Okay. Do that differently then. You. This and that, and this and that, and this and that. And actually, you can go, you, and all of you. And you, and all of this can go away now. Means that can all go away now. Delete the surplus powder. No. No. Surplus powder will go into here via one of my shenanigans belts here. Yep. That's the law. Let's see. I think I'm done with this now. Yeah, it looks like I am. Although I should have a little bit more, maybe, coming out of this box here. 11 more, yeah. Gold ore powder. I can feed it in here in the end, though. Or I could just pause this belt and do this instead. And they'll bring that in. Just like that. Magic. I guess I can connect up the outputs here now, because I'm done causing ruckus. Well, whenever done causing a ruckus. But I'm done with what I wanted to get accomplished, so that's good. Unity that, please, and then I can get the gold making. You didn't really need to bring in a truck full of acid. I can get that via the pipe, thank you. Is that the 8? Must have been. Must have been. I'll give it a minute though. I'll make sure that nothing else appears here. Gold ore concentrate appeared here. I need to do the same with one of these. Yeah, that side is easy. Let's see. Oh yeah, I can do that. Wait, I could feed it into right here, couldn't I? Yes, I could. Give me one of these. Plug you in right there. Gold ore concentrate. Right, that's what these guys are outputting. Unity that. And demand it all. Did I not? I did not. Any of that coming in? Did we use it all? Looks like we used it all. This... I think there's an inbound there. This should be done now, I think. See how this looks up here? I think with that, we could technically probably remove this fuel station. But I think it's fine. I'm going to take one of these 2 tankers off of it, though. And that's got to get dealt with. Okay. I can also now deal with this by filling this in. This in. And this can be marked there. That. I'll fix that later. Okay. So gold should be getting made now. This can be turned off. And this can be turned on. Looks like you brought in the concentrate. Good. We can delete that now. Should be able to delete this and that, and this and that, and this. And then over here, you no longer demand in gold. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Cancel this. Cancel this. I want to delete this and put the gold into there. Same with you and you and you and you. Here it comes. Okay. We'll do that. And that'll be our gold factory. All ready to gold. Thank gold for that. Yeah, it's one of those things that I deferred doing. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be lazy. Sorry, trucks. You can take that stuff though. It's fine. And just force it just drops it into there then, or here, or whichever. Doesn't matter. And that is done now. It appears, unless there's more lingering, which I don't think there is. So we can delete this now, this time for real, because I don't see any little tick there. So delete that, delete this for real this time. You trucks can take that stuff and F off. And I think gold is good. So, yeah, making 36 gold here. Remember, are we going to put that gold factory way out there those moons ago? Sad to see it go. Well, so the next thing we need to do is we need to hook this up to the train network. Kind of have a little bit of a path through here, but not a great path. So I probably need to do a little bit of terraforming here to get the trains through, and I think we could do that. For the most part, these couple of excavators here are kind of bored, so I could abscond with one of them, give them a little bit of an area over here to work in, and see how that goes. Yeah, you put train go here, put it up here, I guess. Give me an area here. Let's go here to there. And then just say, hey, level it. Like that. We didn't quite need all of that there, but that's fine. And I'll just steal one of these excavators here. You definitely don't need that many trucks. Let's go with 3 trucks. And Unity build that. And I have... How many excavators do I have here? 3 of them? Oh, there's 2 of them right here. Okay. Let's see. Let's do... Can I nudge one of you along a little bit here, trucks? Like, ideally one that doesn't have a disturbing amount of gold in it. All of them. Yeah. whichever one of you is getting attention here. And I want to put you in here. Although I could probably abscond with 2 of them here, but it'll be fine. So we'll get a rail built in here at some point, and we'll be able to put the gold ore on rails, but we need so little of it right now that it'll be fine to truck it in. We do need to demand it, though. That's where the gold ore went when I hit that Unity remove button. So we'll truck in some gold ore into here. We'll do, we'll process that gold as fast as we reasonably can. And then at some point in the near future, we'll do a trading factory to trade diamonds for luxury imported goods, whatever. We'll combine the gold with those to make the luxury goods for the town here, and then we'll provide those to our town. We also need, of course, work on our research factory as well. So we'll do that one, I think, next time, probably in this big open area. I'm going to try over the next interval between streams to remove some more of this so that I can straighten out and flatten out this rail line and take it straight up through here, tweak the connections here to the medical supplies factory, and then we can put in the new research factory on that spur, maybe in this area here. But that'll come later. And we're working toward asteroids still. We'll need to do a couple more, I think, space station thingies. Some rockets, because we'll need to make, we looked at it earlier, we'll need to make the space probes and presumably send those to the station. And we'll need to make the compact reactors, which will actually get made at the uranium plant and shipped over, and the asteroid booster parts, which we'll have to send up to space as well. So we need a couple more rockets, probably, and then I'll have to figure out how those work, because I don't know how those work. We're definitely going to need to upgrade our station, but I don't know how those work in order for sustaining it. So we'll have to see how that plays out as we get there. But for now, we'll do the research station next time. We'll get the rest of this nuclear plant torn down. We are out of fuel now, so we are down to the last little bit of fuel. Once this hits 16, it'll shut off, and there might be a couple more mox rods to consume, but this will be dead by the time you guys come back. Hopefully we will have depleted a good chunk of this spent mox as well. A lot of it's going pretty fast, so that's good. Hopefully we'll also have depleted most of this reprocessed uranium. It is going as fast as I can reasonably make it go. So we'll have, yeah, that's going to take another train in a little bit. We'll have most of that reprocessed. I have no idea when the hell we'll be done with this mess. There's just so much of it. It's just disgusting. And then eventually we'll have that gone by making it into blanket fuel. And then we'll have to make blanket fuel out of yellow cake, which means we'll have to also build the yellow cake factory here at the nuclear power plant at some point in the future. So we'll figure that out as well. But for now, at least, we will finish up here, and we will find ourselves a raid target. Let's see. We'll be back again tomorrow night with Jeff, Lana, possibly IT, playing Alchemy Factory. So stop by for that. Same bat time, same bat channel. And in the meantime, stop by Discord. Join us over there for shenanigans all the time. We hang out, we talk about games and technology, share memes, make fun of Caledorn, and play community games on Friday nights during what would be the normal stream time window-ish. And then also stop by YouTube, because we are playing a couple of games over there that are really fun too. Alchemy Factory single player that came back today for a new episode. The next one might not be till Tuesday for certain personal reasons. Even though it's basically ready to do, I think I need some extra time, and I won't have the extra time to do the recording until Monday night. So I'm going to wait until Monday to do that one, just because I think we'll have to, might have to have some blackout time during the middle of the episode where things are spinning up and whatnot. So that one probably won't come back until Tuesday again. Ethos tomorrow, and Monday then, and then words, Wally, words. What was I gonna say? I forget. Actually, there may not be an episode on Monday on YouTube, but still keep an eye out. I'm not sure. So I think that's everything. We will be back again with more Captain of Industry next week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. But for now, we're going to raid Mr. Taco. He is playing Timberborn, so stick around for that raid so that you can be counted in that. Gives you some extra channel points here, makes our channel look better for having a larger raiding party, and it's just a good thing to do. So thank you all for coming. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for the chats and the redeems, and we will see you all again next time. Have a good one. Bye for now.